Let's all do it. Let's all do it.
Well, I'll do it CM Punk style. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Z. There you go.
Hello, YouTube. We are live. It is the Horsemen Hangout. Very exciting show here. It is March the 26th. We are on the eve, not the eve, but we are on the verge of Wrestlemania 31. We are here to preview the big show for you, the big spectacular, the granddaddy of them all, the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment. And to help me preview this show, I have assembled three horsemen, well, four horsemen, including me, and the fifth horseman, as we like to say, the fifth seat of the four horsemen. Joining us tonight is Mr. Z from the Horseman Hangout, right there.
Physical home of the Horseman Hangout.
The physical home, correct.
Very true.
Stephen Page coming all the way from South Carolina on that Wi-Fi. How you doing out there, Steve?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. He's frozen.
I'm okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
You're frozen.
I can hear you now, yes.
We can hear you. Yeah. Speak. Speak.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah,
All right, well,
I'm here.
we'll continue to monitor your Wi-Fi. It looks like it's cutting out a little bit, but I can still see a little bit. So, Root TV there with that is I believe that is Henry, or that is Sweet Pea.
Oh, I didn't even know she was there. Yeah, that's sweet. That is Sweet Pea right there.
That is Sweet Pea. Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Sweet Pea. We're gonna get Sweet Pea's WrestleMania picks all.
Uh-oh.
Also, and last but not least, Mr. Lane in Williamstown.
That's right, guys. Coming up, we're going to have all of our WrestleMania predictions. Stay tuned.
All right, stay tuned. We will get to that shortly. Just going to talk a little bit about WrestleMania 31 there from the Bay Area.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties.
A little bit.
Radium, leaving Cisco.
What's going on, guys?
Is this freezing? You guys see me?
Yeah, you're
Yes,
cutting
yes.
in and out there, buddy.
All right. Well, now I'm back. Okay.
Now you're back.
WrestleMania 31 from Levi's Stadium, as I was saying. Sunday, it all goes down. But before we get into WrestleMania, let's talk a little bit about the re-signing that just happened. Mr. Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate. You know, a lot of people were thinking he was going to go back to UFC, but he showed up on SportsCenter, made that decision to stick with the WWE on a limited time basis. I will go to Mr. Z. Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing for the World Wrestling Entertainment?
Oh, it's a wonderful thing for World Wrestling Entertainment. Anytime, in my opinion, anytime Brock Lesnar is involved, albeit everyday contract, short contracts, now and then guy, it's always great. I mean, I think all of us here are Lesnar fans, and really glad to see him back with WWE. I would have liked to have not found out before Mania, but you know he had the nice interview on ESPN with Michelle Beadle. But no, really happy, and a lot of people were giving him flack for not having the belt there with him on TV, but I honestly don't really care. I'm very happy he's back and going to be back in the foreseeable future.
All right, Steve, question for you. How is him re-signing Brock Lesnar? How is his new re-up? How is it going to be different than what he's done in the past couple years since he? By the way, were you there in Miami at Raw when he showed up after Mania?
I went home I flew out that morning. My friend who was with me had to get home. He couldn't stay another day, so.
We missed it too. We were actually in Miami, but we went to a Miami Marlins game. It was a baseball game. Came home and watched Raw afterwards. So.
Gotcha.
So back to the question at hand. Do you see Paul Heyman sticking with Lesnar long term, or will something change?
I think he will turn on. I think he will side with Roman Reigns and turn on Brock, meaning Brock goes face and Roman will turn heel. I know WWE. It seems like WWE is set on Roman becoming the top babyface in the company, but.
Steve, we're having you're cutting out. I heard you say "but" and then I lost you. All right, we'll get back to you. Root TV.
Yeah, Mr. Lane, show Mr. Ryan the boogie board.
Let me see. Really? Really?
All right, Root TV. The Brock Lesnar re-signing here. What does this do? Well, let's all right. We're gonna get into the predictions in a bit, but this main event. Does Brock Lesnar re-signing with the WWE and announcing it before WrestleMania, does that automatically tell everyone that he will walk out of WrestleMania 31 champ, or is that just a way that Vince is going to kind of put a...
There's 2 Stephen Pages that just joined the call. Am I seeing things? Are there double vision like Doink the Clown at WrestleMania 9? I'm seeing a frozen Steven and a live action Stephen Page. Which one is the real Steven?
Yeah, that's a good question there, man.
Mr. Justin, are you frozen? Justin?
Oh my goodness.
I'm here.
All right.
You there?
Well, I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question. I mean, the original plan obviously was, I mean, it's a no-brainer that Roman Reigns was originally scheduled to win the WWE title. Now, if that was the plan, and I'm sure Roman Reigns knows that, I can't see them sitting everyone down and saying, Reigns, you're scheduled to win the title, but since Brock signed, we have to give him the title. I just can't see that happening. I do see Roman Reigns walking out as the champion. I see a big surprise happening. I see someone screwing Brock Lesnar over. I don't think it's going to be clean. Obviously, the obvious choice is Paul Heyman. Wouldn't be surprised if Seth Rollins gets involved with that match as well, with the Money in the Bank. But I know we're doing predictions later. But no, I don't think the signing made a difference. I think they're going to stick to their guns, and Roman Reigns will walk out the WWE champion on Sunday.
All right, very well. Well, let's not wait any more time as we head over to Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane, if you will, you wanted this. You know, I'm going to let you take the reins of the show and show me what you got there. Show us your potential.
All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to all do WrestleMania predictions. You know, myself, Steve, Z, Justin, Drew, and the grand pot prizes. And I know now Steve might not know about this, but here in the Philadelphia area, and I just want you all to follow the slogan with me: nobody bakes a cake like a
tasty cake.
Tasty cakes. Yes, there it is. Now that's the prize right there. So whoever gets the most WrestleMania things correct will win tasty cakes. So,
now hold on. Now, Stephen Page, have you ever had a tasty cake?
I have never had a tasty cake. No.
Wow.
Oh, all right. Well, this is more of a Philadelphia type thing. So all 4 of us, you know, myself, Z, Rue, and Justin, we all from the Philadelphia area. So, and I'll admit, if Steve wins this thing, I'll personally ship these tasty cakes to you there, buddy. I'll go to my local post office. You just give me the address, and I'll ship you those tasty cakes straight up, man. And
they are delicious.
Yeah, you could just ship. I'll ship those tasty cakes to you if you could outsmart all 4 of us.
If he wins, I'd like to see a tasty cake unboxing video on YouTube.
Oh my God! All right. Let's get to the.
He has to win now.
Well, let's get to the. Well, let's get to the. The part here. Well, I just showed you all the prize. Now, first off, we're gonna go with WrestleMania, 31, of course. We got the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. I know this is more of a wild card match. So who do y'all think will win this match? Rue, I'll let you go first there, sir. Who do you think will win?
The Intercontinental?
Yes.
Do you want just a pick, or do you want a detailed response?
Pick a wrestler off the top of your head that you think in your head that will leave WrestleMania 31 the champion.
The wrestler that stands out in my mind, and if he doesn't win, I'll be shocked, is Daniel Bryan. I think he will walk out.
You're gonna say Daniel Bryan. Okay.
Yes, new Intercontinental Champion.
Okay. All right, all right. Rue says Daniel Bryan. How about you, Justin? What do you think?
Well, I think Daniel Bryan's the easy pick, but I think they have greater ideas for him.
Now, Bad News Barrett is the champion now.
Yes, yes.
You want to think it over?
I'm between two people. I'm between Bad News Barrett and Dean Ambrose, and I will go. Let's say Dean Ambrose. I'll go Dean Ambrose.
Oh, you're going to go Ambrose. Okay,
Yeah.
Hold on here. Let me write that down in my notes here. I'm taking notes, guys, so you guys are going to be, picking for fun. Z, who do you think will win the Intercontinental Championship?
I think Daniel Bryan is going to win the Intercontinental
Daniel
Championship.
Bryan. Okay, so 2 for Daniel Bryan. Okay. How about you? How about you there, Steve? What do you think?
My dark horse is R-Truth, but my pick will be Bad News Barrett retaining.
Okay, all right, Barrett. EMB, the
Hey,
master.
Steve, I got some bad news for you. He's not retaining.
All right, you know what? I'm going to go with a dark horse pick of myself here, and I will go with Ziggler. I will go with Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. That'll be my.
Had it too much though.
That's just my personal prediction. I think Ziggler is Intercontinental Championship material. I think Dolph Ziggler wins. All right, next match, gentlemen. John Cena versus Rusev. All right, Justin, I will start with you first there, buddy. Who do you think will win, John Cena or a Rusev Crush?
Well, normally, if it was not WrestleMania, I would say Rusev. However, since it is WrestleMania,
Okay.
They need a feel-good story, and I think they may. And Rusev he doesn't need to lose, but I feel like they're building up for him to lose. So I guess I'll go Cena.
You're gonna go John Cena. All right. Z, go.
I'm going with Cena. I think you're going to see the top 2 faces in the company. Daniel Bryan with the Intercontinental and U.S. title, respectively.
Okay, so another one for John Cena. Steve, what do you think?
What I want to happen is Rusev win, but what I'm going to pick is John Cena to win.
Okay, Cena it is. Rue with the potato chips, man. Don't try to ruin my segment there, buddy. Who do you think, Cena or Rusev?
These are pretzels, pal.
All right, well, I see that you have pretzels. Let's see. Well, who do you think will win, Cena or Rusev?
Well, I'm gonna just go with the odds, and I'm gonna say that John Cena comes out on top because I'm gonna assume that this is the blow off of the feud, and they're gonna move on. Technically, Rusev should win because he's the up and coming star, but since it's WrestleMania, since I think Reigns will end the show as champion, which might not be so favorable, I think John Cena, since it's West Coast, is gonna win.
All right. Well, Cena. Everyone has John Cena winning. All right. Next match, and I don't know if anyone's seen SmackDown. They just did a segment maybe about 10 minutes ago. AJ Lee and the Bellas, AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. I think this should be a decent match, but all right, Z, I'll let you go first. So who do you think wins?
I'm going with AJ Lee and Paige to defeat the Bella Twins.
Okay, AJ and Paige. Wait a minute here. AJ.
My 2 favorite divas right now on the roster, AJ and Paige.
I think they're the best divas in the WWE right now. Steve, go.
I'm going with the plastic Barbie dolls known as the Bella Twins.
So you'll go with the Bellas. Okay. All right, Bellas it is. Okay. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just putting these predictions on my phone here. All right, Rue, who you go, sir? Who do you think wins, Bellas or AJ and Paige?
Love AJ and Paige. They technically should go over because they're better workers, but unfortunately, since it's the grandest stage of them all, and this is the year that the Bella Twins broke out as mainstream celebrities on the Total Divas show, and it's on the West Coast, and all these other corporate crap that ties into it, Bella Twins will win. Bella Twins.
All right, Bella Twins. Justin, what do you think, sir?
2 words. Bella Twins.
You're going with the Bellas. Okay. All right, Bellas. And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you all. I think the Bellas will win too. I think because the crowds for the Bellas have been oh man. In other words, it's so quiet you can hear a pin drop. So anyway.
Wait, Mr. Lane.
Yes.
That reminded me of something.
What?
Do you remember when we were in Delsey High School and you could do a pretty darn good impression of the Giant, aka the Big Show, doing the you know.
All right. Anyway, let's move on with the Wrestlemania picks, guys. All right. Now, let's get to serious business here. We have Randy Orton against Seth Rollins. All right. I'm going to start with Steve on this one. Who do you think will win? Orton or Rollins?
Oh. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Rollins, okay. I like your style there, Steve. I like your style, sir. I like it. All right, Rue, who do you think will win?
You know, I like Randy Orton, but I mean, even though he's only in his mid-30s right now,
right,
about 35, 36, I believe, he has been there for since 2002. So technically, his time is pretty much fading away. Seth Rollins is the future, according to
the Authority.
Yes, according to the Authority and all the internet pundits. And he has money in the bank. I don't see any reason why he's going to lose on the grandest stage. That would be idiotic. So Seth Rollins going to go over there. And my other prediction for Seth is I think he's going to get involved in the world title match later on in the evening.
So you think he can potentially get 2 wins potentially at WrestleMania is what you're saying?
I think potentially. I'll still stick to my guns and say Roman Reigns will walk out the champion.
Right.
But I feel like he is going to get involved. Maybe even use his money in the bank.
Okay, so you're saying that Seth Rollins will get 2 wins. We'll get to the money in the bank factor in a little while. All right, Justin, who do you think wins the Orton-Rollins match?
100%. When the bell rings, you're going to hear those drum beats. Seth Rollins wins that one.
Seth Rollins, all right. Another Seth Rollins. Okay, Mr. Z, who do you think wins?
Just because I really want these tasty cakes, I got to make up some ground. I'm going to go Randy Orton.
All right, so RKO for Z. And you know what? See, you know what? I'm going to go RKO too, but I will not be surprised if Rollins wins, so it wouldn't bother me.
Let's pause right here for 1 second. For 1 second.
Okay.
No offense to myself or Mr. Justin, because we've taken the reins many a times, Justin more than me, but I'm actually enjoying Mr. Lane in charge here right now. He's really holding the show.
All right, thank you for the compliment. But let's move on to the tag team championship match. So we got a 4-way. I believe it's the Usos, the champions, Natalia's their manager, Cesaro and Kid, and then you also have the New Day, and then you also have
Los
Matadores, right? That's with the bull. All right. Let's see now. Who do you all think will win? Rue, I will let you go first, there, buddy. Who do you think wins the tag team championship match?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Cesaro and
Kid.
Yeah.
Cesaro. I might misspell his name, but that's all right. Justin, who do you think wins the match?
I think that Mania loves title changes, and I think they're gonna want one here. And I think the Usos, even though I love the Usos, they've already had belt a couple times, so I'm gonna go New Day.
New Day. Wow, that's a curveball if I ever saw one. Mr. Z, who do you think wins the tag team match?
I think Cesaro and Kid will retain.
All right, I have to.
Quick question. This is part of the pre-show as well, correct?
Pre-show.
I think so. That we might have 2 matches. I didn't have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, although I could add that if y'all want me to. I can.
Fine.
Yeah, the tag title match is definitely part of the kickoff show.
All right, now let's see, Steve. Who do you think wins the tag team championship?
I see a retain from Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
Okay, very well.
Good pick there, Steve. Steve, I got a question. Where where the heck is Torino GT 1969? I want to see his opinion on WrestleMania.
Well, I can't really. My phone is messing up. I can only hear, so I couldn't have him here. But I will bring him in for the main event.
All right.
Get his opinion.
Okay, now the last but not least, I do have the main event match of WrestleMania: Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns. Two former Minnesota Viking players, by the way, but neither team made the roster. Neither player made that team, so I just thought I'd add that tidbit right there. Now, all right, Justin, who do you?
Wait.
Whoops.
You missed one, didn't you?
What match did I miss?
Didn't you miss Stinger?
And Undertaker and Bray.
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Triple H and Sting.
All right, hold on. I can add these matches. Give me 1 second here. All right, you all want to know?
Triple H and Sting.
All right, hold on.
Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. What's going on?
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, here's what's going to happen. Mr. Lane will adjust the picks. We will do Sting and Triple H, Undertaker and Bray, and we'll save the main event for last. How's that?
All right, well, that's fine. I'm just adding these matches. Don't mind me here. Let me just...
The host is choking.
Okay. All right, Triple H against Sting here. That'll be the next one we'll pick right here. I know I screwed that one up. That's all right. Now, all right, I'm going to still go to Justin on this one. Who do you think wins, Sting or Triple H?
Why do I have to be first on this one? Oh, man. Woo.
You want me to skip you? Want to think?
No, I'll go. It's only fair. Well, the ego. Triple H is sorry. I don't want to make Triple H guy sorry. Triple H's ego says Triple H wins, but I think you can't have Sting come back and lose. So Sting
I agree with you.
Sting wins.
All right, hold on here. Let me just get that one. Okay.
And it may be like a DQ or something. It may not be clean, but we'll see. But
I will say, all right, Sting. Okay. All right then. Got Sting. All right, Z. Who do you think?
I think this has potential to be the best match of the night. My opinion.
Really?
I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going with Sting. I think they're going to bring him in for his first match in the WWE, and they're not going to have him lose. But I think it's going to be a great match. I really do.
All right, Steve. Who do you think will win, Triple H or Sting?
Hey, Mr. Page.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Doing good, man.
The legend himself. He's finally joined us. Welcome.
Shocker to you all, but I'm going with Triple H. And I have a reason why.
All right, explain it.
I'm not taking the credit for this, but I was listening to a podcast, and the one and the only Mark Madden was on there, and he said, why would WWE bring the last remaining holdout from WCW to beat the current CEO of WWE?
Yeah, it's a good point. No,
Mark Madden is a jackass, but
it's a valid point.
Penguins suck.
It's a valid point.
I think Sting's going to win because Triple H, he should have been in WWE 14 years ago when WCW was bought out by WWE. That's my thing.
Yeah,
that's true.
Good pick. I agree with that.
All right, Rue, who do you think will win?
So Steve.
I think Sting's gonna win.
Yeah. All right. So Torino says Sting. Triple H guy says obviously Triple H, and I'm gonna go. I can't. I can't go. Even though my mind says I think they're gonna have Triple H somehow screw him over and get the win. I gotta say Sting, because how can you bring him back and he's this over? I do agree with Z when he said this is going to be a surprising match. Now Sting's 56. He's 56 years old. He looks like he's about 40, 56. I would say 45, 40. But I know
Right.
no one really paid attention to this, but when Sting was in TNA, he was one of the best workers they had in terms of the upper echelon guys. So he's going to put on a good match. Like Z said, it's going to be a great match, I think, because he's going to have the spotlight. Sting goes, or I'm going to even go as far as to say submission with the Scorpion Deathlock.
All right, I just think it would be a bad business move, in my personal opinion. I'm going to say Sting as well. It would be bad for business. It would be a bad business move if Sting did not win in the WWE. That's just my perception of it all. I think Sting will win. It doesn't make sense for him to lose. It just doesn't. I mean, fans wanted Sting for years and years and years. Steve's dad's absolutely right on this one. He's right. Now, all right. Now let's go to the next match, and I'm going to start with Steve and their dad here, if they are still on the air.
Frozen.
The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
That's a tough one, guys.
Now keep in mind the Undertaker lost last year.
I think this is going to be the Undertaker's last match, and I think they'll probably have him win it because it is the pay-per-view is in his home state, you know.
Okay.
And personally, I think that he's going to win kind of right off into the sunset, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next match.
I am going opposite, and I'm going with Bray Wyatt. I don't think this is Undertaker's last match. I think if Sting pulls off a good match, we will see the match that everybody wanted to see this year in Dallas in front of 100,000 people, and Undertaker will go off losing 2 in a row, but beating Sting and going off into retirement into the WWE Hall of Fame. Next, so I'm going with Bray Wyatt.
Wow, that's interesting there, Steve. That's
Ooh.
interesting. All right, Rue, who do you think will win between The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt?
Well, as much as I rip on WWE's TV, one thing this WrestleMania is anything but predictable. I really don't know you don't know for sure who's going to win each of the main matches. So that's actually a good thing, and that's why I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. In terms of this match, my heart says Taker's got to get his heat back, and he's got to win from the loss last year.
Right.
But then it's like my mind tells me, it's heart and mind. They're both separate. I don't know why. But my mind tells me Bray Wyatt is the future. He needs to win. So if this is Taker's last match, now I think Steve doesn't agree with that, but if it is, you would think that Taker would want to give back and put Bray Wyatt over and have his last memory be of helping and giving back. Then again, there's the whole thing of maybe he wants a swan song. I don't know. I don't know Taker personally, so I don't know what that's going to be. But my personal prediction, and this is going against what a lot of people think, I think Bray Wyatt's going to win, and he's going to win big.
All right, so Rue's going for Bray Wyatt. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Justin, who do you think there, buddy?
Well, when I first started out the show, I was about 75% settled on Taker here. But after hearing Steven and Rue talk about why it would behoove Bray Wyatt to win this, and I thought back on last year and you know, Taker putting Brock Lesnar over, why wouldn't he put Bray? I mean, everyone says as far as the dark side and that kind of evil, malicious character, Bray Wyatt is that now, and he's the future of that. So, The Undertaker's a company guy. I mean,
Yes, he is.
and he wants what's best for WWE. I know he's very close with Vince. So, yeah, I think I just changed my mind. I think I'm going to go Bray Wyatt too.
Bray Wyatt, okay. And Z, who do you think will win?
This is really interesting because I think everybody so far has made excellent points with their predictions for this match, and mine has gone back and forth the whole time too. Part of me thinks Undertaker, part of me thinks Bray. I won't be surprised if either wins. Well, somebody's got to win, right? But I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt, and I really like what Steve had to say with the possibility of if Sting performs at a high level this year at Triple H, I think they will do Sting Undertaker next year, and that's where Taker gets his last match and wins. But I'm right at this moment. I'm gonna go Bray Wyatt because like Ruth said, like Justin said, you gotta establish the young up-and-comer and the guy who's going to take you into the next 10 years with Bray Wyatt.
So most of y'all have the fear of darkness, the future of darkness, as they say in Bray Wyatt being the Undertaker. I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm just going to say Undertaker because you can't. I know he lost in WrestleMania. You can never ever count the Undertaker out. He is still a solid performer, still a very loyal wrestler. I mean, Bray Wyatt is a very, very hot commodity. I'm not going to deny that. I'm just going to say Undertaker because of reputation. And that's all. And if I'm wrong, I'll take the heat for it.
Can I just add one thing?
Shoot.
For as big as we're talking about Bray Wyatt beating Undertaker at WrestleMania, I still can't believe at Access in WrestleMania in New York, we walked right by him. He had no line, and we just totally. This is before he was Bray Wyatt. He was
Husky Harris.
Husky Harris. I still can't believe we walked by Bray Wyatt.
Well, no, wait. He was Husky Harris, but in that autograph line, I remember him wearing the flowered Hawaiian shirt and that Bray Wyatt hat.
And the sign said Bray Wyatt, and everyone said, "Who's that? Who's that?" Well, everyone was like, "Oh, that's just Husky Harris."
Yeah, well, we knew him as Husky Harris, but I think he was in FCW at the time. It was right before NXT was like getting mainstream, so they didn't really know. But I think he was in FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling.
Whatever it is, if he was at Access, when he's at Access this weekend, his line is going to be minimum 2 hours long, I bet.
Yeah, well, do you remember we waited in line for Fandango for like 2 hours? And guys, I hate to break it to you, but Paige was there too and had no line when we were there.
I had no idea who she was at the time.
Me either. Paige and the other chick that got busted for stealing the iPad cover.
That's Emma. Emma and Paige.
Paige and Emma were there too with no line.
And if you all had saw the WWE Network prior, those two women actually went at it for the NXT Championship. I think it was their very first NXT show on the network that we could all watch, and that was a very good match between those two women at the time. All right, now have I covered all the matches? Did I miss any more matches? Speak up. Beyond the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, did I miss any more matches?
No, you're good.
Okay.
That match, Zordon against Big Biff Busick.
All right, for me, all right. Now the match we all been wanting to talk about on this whole show, the re-signed Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Now, I'll go first. I'm the host of this show for right now until Justin takes the reins. I'm the host. I will go first this time. This is the last match of the main event. But you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain on this, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar, believe it or not. Just don't ask me why. I'm just gonna go Brock Lesnar. Steve, to you, sir. Who do you think will win, Brock Lesnar or?
My dad go first. Yeah, that's a tough one, you know. I don't know what many of you guys know, but I've been watching wrestling since I was like 6, you know, and toughest matches I've ever called, you know, as far as the winner, you know. And I don't know. I'd like to see Roman Reigns win it, but I don't think he will, you know. I think he is the future, too, and I know Lesnar just signed another deal with Vince. So I don't know where that's going to go either, you know. This is a tough one to call. I'm going to say Roman Reigns.
Okay, the father says Roman Reigns. How about you there, Steve?
I am going against the grain as well, and I'm going to pick the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
All right, Steve and myself got Brock. Now, to the other horsemen, Rue, who do you think there, buddy?
Well, Brock Lesnar's going to go into this as a baby face. He's going to get cheered. Roman Reigns, even though it's an East Coast Philly thing, I think it's pretty much universal. They're going to boo him at WrestleMania. There's maybe a smattering of cheers, but he's going to get mostly booed. So I think they're going to go with that. I think Roman Reigns is going to beat Brock Lesnar. It's going to be a disappointing moment. And Paul Heyman somehow is going to turn on Brock Lesnar, and he's going to, I don't know if it's going to happen during the match or after the match, align with Roman Reigns as his manager and his mouthpiece, because Lord knows he needs a mouthpiece because the man can't cut a promo. Now,
okay.
My prediction. What's that?
My dad's going to head in.
I'm going to head in to bed. I'm getting kind of tired. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Nice talking to you.
All right, nice talking to you too,
back.
sir.
See you, Royal.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
All right, now so Rue's going Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, and then I just want to put a little sub-note asterisk. I think Seth Rollins is going to cash in. I'm not going to say whether he's going to win or not, but I think he's going to get involved somehow with his briefcase.
All right, well, all right, Justin, to you now. Who do you think, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns?
All right, well, I think when you look at this match, you can't just look at Sunday. You have to look, where is it headed? And if Brock Lesnar won, where would it be headed? They would probably have to do a rematch with him and Reigns. They wouldn't have to, but would they want? Where else would they go with Brock Lesnar as the champion?
Well, he typically works the next pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules.
Right. True.
But that I don't know if you put that in the contract, they could always change it. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I'm not sure where he would go. But if Roman Reigns wins, it's obvious. I think that Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns would be the next place that they go with that.
Right.
So right. That's why I'm leaning towards Roman Reigns winning, because I think that they have potential in that, and I think Lesnar would absolutely get back into the mix. But I think they might want to do Rollins versus Reigns.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think you have to understand that this signing of Lesnar to WWE, he was getting cheered before. Now he's going to get cheered even more. You know, he's on the Azoises team. He's on our team. And basically, I think if he loses at Mania, I think he'll come back and definitely he'll work SummerSlam. So I don't know if it's when exactly, but when he comes back, he's going to be a monster baby face, and probably be chasing either Rollins or Reigns at SummerSlam, maybe in a gimmick cage match.
Let me just add to what I said. My official pick is Roman Reigns.
Okay, good.
I also say that Seth Rollins, just because he has the briefcase, doesn't mean that he's going to cash in at Mania. I mean, he could still use that and say, hey, I want a shot at the next pay-per-view. That's what may happen. So.
All right, Mr. Z, if he's still awake there, you were young.
Well, I'm awake. My brother was sending me a text about some basketball game that's on.
Okay.
But
who do you think, Lesnar or Reigns?
I am going with Brock Lesnar, and I have a different take on everything. I think this match is going to be similar to when Lesnar won the title from John Cena. I think he is going to kick the living snot out of Roman Reigns from start to finish and walk away from WrestleMania the champion. I just have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's not going to be as much of a squash as that Cena match. Reigns will put up, some comeback, but I think Lesnar is just going to demolish him from start to finish.
Very possible, Z. Very possible.
All right. Well, and as far as now, we'll all talk a little bit about the Seth Rollins factor now.
Mr. Lane, one problem. I have to tap out right now. I have some business to take care of, so I have one last comment before you can get back in your thing. Everybody needs to remember that Saturday night, The Rock hosts SNL, and the rumor is The Rock may be involved in WrestleMania, and the rumor is after that, Rock may face Brock at WrestleMania next year. So think about that in terms of how they're going to end the show. I kind of think, if Mr. Z is correct, that they may end the show. I'm not going to go for it as my prediction, but it's possible that they end the show with a stare down between Brock and Rock. I'll sign off and hang up.
Wait a minute. I think we have a frozen Horseman.
What?
I had to freeze for a minute. I was just a little surprised at what Rue was just saying there, man. That was crazy.
I'll hang up and get your thoughts. I'll talk to you guys later. See you Sunday, Mr. Lane.
All right, see you Sunday there, sir.
See you all.
Right.
Horseman Pride.
All right. Now, having said that, now I was going to talk about the Seth Rollins factor. Now, I mean, let's see if he does cash in Money in the Bank, because I think if he does not cash in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, I think it's a major opportunity lost, and that's just how I feel about it, because this is WrestleMania. This is the biggest show in WWE. Why not shock the world and cash in your Money in the Bank either on a vulnerable Roman Reigns or a vulnerable Brock Lesnar? I think that would make logical sense for WWE. I mean, when you win Money in the Bank, okay, Your contract for that championship is only 1 year. You want to cash that in before that contract expires. You don't want to have that for over a year. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right. Now, the thing is, when they introduced the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and this kind of goes back to Justin's point earlier in the show, I really think Money in the Bank should be a WrestleMania match. But the Money in the Bank pay-per-view goes to July, so he does have until July.
Right.
But what I think, if they do go with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, I think you see Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw say he's going to cash in at Extreme Rules. And there you have your Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins match. I don't think he's going to get involved at WrestleMania. I think that if Roman Reigns does go over, wins the title in any kind of fashion, whether he Heyman screws Brock or he just beats him outright, I think you'll see Rollins announce the following. They always want to make a big splash the next night. So
Right.
I think you'll see Rollins come out the next night and announce that he will be cashing in at Extreme Rules.
Well, most heels, when they cash in Money in the Bank, now Seth Rollins is a hot heel. Usually, when all the heels that have won Money in the Bank, they will usually do a run-in situation. Usually, after a wrestler gets done a wrestling match, they don't do it from start to finish. They'll cash it in when that wrestler is vulnerable, when they get done their other match. It's always been that way. Like, case in point, look at how Edge won the World Championship the first time. He beat a vulnerable John Cena.
The ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, and that's how he gained a lot of credibility throughout his later years in WWE because of that. See, a lot of heels, a lot of bad guys usually cash it in when they least expect it. I think when you either have a vulnerable Brock Lesnar or a vulnerable Roman Reigns, why not? I don't want to see him cash in a pay-per-view. I think he should do it in a run-in situation. When they run in and basically try to beat a vulnerable wrestler, that's how they do it. That's how they do it in WWE. I mean, let's be real about it, guys. I mean, that's how it's done. I mean, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all buy or sell run-ins? A run-in for Roman Reigns, or you just said Z, a potential pay-per-view match. Now, Z, Steve, buy or sell that, man?
No, I mean, the concept of it, I definitely buy. Like you said, heels are notorious for doing it. But I think I don't see it happening at WrestleMania. I buy the concept of the run-in, but I don't see it happening at WrestleMania.
All right, Justin, do you buy or sell?
I'll sell that because it's a good idea, but it's been done before, so
Right.
I think that's why they're just not going to repeat it at this WrestleMania. They need a little more time before they do that again.
All right, Steve, what do you think there, man?
I'm gonna sell that idea.
You think you don't think Seth Rollins will run in and potentially win the championship? Because remember, he's a heel.
They've never done the concept, to my knowledge, that a guy comes out and if somebody will say whatever. But have they ever done that where a guy comes out and says, "I want my match at this pay-per-view board"? I can't remember any particular.
I don't think that's ever happened.
John Cena and CM Punk had happened. John Cena said he was cashing in at Raw 1000.
Yeah, that was a Raw show, but he's asking what we were asking about pay-per-view.
Someone said they were distinctly cashing in at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, pay-per-view, like a
Right.
pay-per-view.
I'm coming out and saying, "I'm going to Extreme Rules, and I'm gonna walk in and cash in."
Yeah, I don't know if it's ever happened in pay-per-view. The first thing that came to mind was Cena at Raw 1000. I mean, similar scenario, but not a pay-per-view.
Right, well, that was on Raw. See, we've seen championship changes on Raw. We've seen championship changes on SmackDown. So we've seen championship.
SummerSlam, Alberto Del Rio at SummerSlam.
That's correct, yes. Do you have 2K15 there, Mr. Z?
I do, sir.
Have you played the showcase mode?
It's amazing, yes. It was very good.
Because that match is part of that John Cena, hustle, loyalty, disrespect matches.
CM Punk, yes.
That's correct. Yes, very good there, Mr. Z. Very well. Very well. Now I'm done with the WrestleMania segments. I have it right here in the power of my iPhone 6 Plus. I have all the notes, the predictions, and I'll just keep record on my empty boogie board. So
awesome.
So Justin, back to you, buddy. Show's
Thank you,
yours.
Mr. Lane. You did a splendid job there hosting.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to the results show. We'll have a show that discusses the winner and losers of the contest and the official awarding of the Tasty Cakes. Maybe we'll make it a yearly thing. That'd be nice. The awarding of the Tasty Cakes. So, anyway, this was a special show on a Thursday, so I'm not really going to get into any other things happening with sports or anything. So we're just going to focus on WrestleMania. So we might do a show on Sunday. We may or may not be getting. I may be able to come to the Horsemen's Hangout. I'll say. I'm not sure of my timetable. I have to celebrate my fiance's birthday Sunday with her family and my family, so we'll see. But anyway, we'll go to final thoughts here, and let's keep it strictly wrestling related. And I'll start. I just wanted to say, the build to this WrestleMania has been exceptionally poor. It was embarrassing how they ended Raw the other night with the tug of war, I thought, but like Rue said, it's still WrestleMania, and it's still going to be exciting, and it still gives me butterflies, because it is WrestleMania, and it's special. It's just special. No other pay-per-view, not Royal Rumble that we went to or nothing like that. It's WrestleMania, and it's going to be great, hopefully, if they don't mess it up. But they have a lot of good stuff on the card. I think it's actually got some potential there. So anyway, I look forward to it. So, Z?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what you said, I was very, very disappointed with the past couple Raws leading up to WrestleMania. But you know what? Now it's time for WWE to step to the plate and deliver on the biggest show of the year. Not only the biggest show of the year, but what some people consider the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year the next night. They can make up for it in a big way on Sunday and on Monday night. So, here's to a good show.
All right, Stephen Page.
I hope for a good show as well. I hope I get to watch it, because as you realize, I have Wi-Fi problems. I thought I had the Wi-Fi situation all cleared away, but the place my parents rented, the Wi-Fi here sucks.
Yeah, but it's been much better since since the beginning. So you might be on to something.
Yeah, he was good. He was doing good.
Right now, I'm even on my Wi-Fi right now.
That or take a ride to a Starbucks or something. They have good Wi-Fi. All right, thanks, Steve. Mr. Lane, your final thoughts.
Well, I'm looking forward to this show, and the winner of this will get nobody bakes a cake like a tasty cake. So there it is, the tasty cakes, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, 2 candy cakes and a crumpet. But I was originally going to give out 4, but then I looked at the date on one of the tasty cakes. It was like March 19th, so it was no good. So I couldn't give you all that one. That would be right. So it was no good. So I just threw that away. So the winner will get the tasty cakes. I hope everyone is looking forward to that show. And of course, whoever wins the tasty cakes is just going to be like cha-ching. So y'all ready for WrestleMania?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. There's the Google effects there. And one thing I wanted to just add, Mr. Z, that's a great point about Raw. One thing I really love about Raw is that the fans at Raw are the fans that were there for WrestleMania. So they're always the diehard fans. And what I found is they are a lot of foreign fans, and like European fans really get into and do the chants, and they really kind of, you know how it is. The night after Raw is insane with the fans and the chants and just the activity. So that's going to be special Monday night. That may even top WrestleMania, but we'll see.
Very true.
Yeah, they always, because we've been to WrestleManias and I've spoken to people, and they always, all the passionate, really diehard ones usually stay for Raw the next day and really, go nuts. It's kind of like the end to WrestleMania week. It is. So.
Yep.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks. It's 9:55 here. Thanks for joining us here at the WrestleMania preview show. Have a great week. Enjoy WrestleMania, and we'll see you guys back here next week to talk about Monday Night Raw and WrestleMania 31 live from San Francisco, California. Bye.